Mabuhay! I'm Rosemer Enverga, mother of 3 girls and the wife of the late Senator Tobias Enverga Jr., the first Canadian Senator of Filipino descent. I arrived in Canada over 30 years ago. I was born in Manila, lived in Makati. I went to St. Scholastica College of Manila, finished a bachelor's degree in business, and to Cornell University for marketing. I worked as a manager in one of the major banks, vice president of an insurance agency, marketing consultant of a TV network. Currently, I'm a business owner and also an active member in a community volunteering. It was tough for the first few years here in Toronto, missing my families back in the Philippines and the culture shock. But what kept me going was the religious upbringing by my parents. The major aspect of Philippine culture that have helped shape who I am today is my Christian faith. It helped me overcome the challenges I faced and energized me to move forward with vigor. With this religious foundation, other values are cultivated, like family orientation, philanthropy, resiliency, love for life and country. I carry my Christian faith to this day, which strengthens me and encourages me to act on my faith. With this in mind, my husband and I found solace in helping the Filipino-Canadian community and our kababayans in the Philippines. So I readily accepted to be a volunteer upon the request of Father Ben to head the Temporalities Ministry. Temporalities is in charge for the fundraising of the church and initiated the relief efforts for the 2 biggest typhoons at that time that hit the Philippines, Typhoon Yolanda or Haiyan and Typhoon Pandor at Sena. Both left thousands of people dead and billions of dollars in damage. A total of 1,500 boxes of goods and $250,000 in cash were collected and sent to CBCP within 3 weeks for each effort. It was a grueling 6 weeks, but I was so touched with the humanitarian nature of the people from different ethnicities and religions donating boxes of goods and cash. To continue our desire to help the community through our faith, in 2008, Julian Enverga, as he is popularly known, and I co-founded Philippine Canadian Charitable Foundation, or PCCF, a non-profit organization. All officers are volunteers and community leaders, and one of its objectives is to help the indigents and organize events that will help Filipino-Canadian community unite under one roof to promote charity and the culture. Thus, Pinoy Fiesta Tradeshow was conceived. It is an indoor event and starts each time with a prayer service. PCCF has donated to different beneficiaries over the years, and the most concluded project was at Tala PCCF Angkop Village, or PCCF Angkop Tala Village in Manila, of 30 houses and a multi-purpose hall. And the recipients of these houses are rehabilitated leprosy victims. I'm so grateful to witness the Bayanihan spirit in action in all these projects. People helping one another to achieve a common goal to help the needy. Another tradition that helped shape who I am today is the belief of cultural continuity. Cultural continuity is very important to preserve the tradition and the behavior to future generations for love of country. In the first year of his office, Senator Enverga proposed that Philippine flag be raised for the first time at Parliament Hill in Ottawa and thereafter, and reception to follow. I supported this important initiative and helped organize this historic event, and which brought forth 300 guests each year coming from all over Ontario to witness this historic event. This annual event was much appreciated and marked as the pride of the Filipino-Canadian community, celebrating Philippine independence at Parliament Hill in Ottawa, and I was no exception. All these efforts were not left unrecognized and received several recognitions. I was honored to receive the recognitions, but nothing as rewarding to see the smiles on the faces of thousands of indigents receiving the much-needed aid. As a Filipino Canadian, nothing is impossible if we put our faith into action. We are so blessed in Canada, and we have to share our blessings. This is what Filipinos are all about. Mabuhay ang mga Pilipino! Mabuhay sa Canada! Mabuhay po tayong lahat! This is Rosemer Enverga, proudly Pinoy!